Welcome back, Sean.
Hi. Was I gone?
No, but you're welcome to speak now.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, session 27. Yeah. When we last left our heroes, one of the heroes had died, sadly.
Right.
Agatha perished, drowning from the mer person's attack there.
Mm-hmm. Yes, she got caught in a big old tidal wave over the ship.
Yeah.
Not a tidal wave. I shouldn't use that misnomer. That is so commonly used. Did we assume that the engineer's assistant also drowned?
What's up?
Did we assume that the engineer guy also drowned?
Yes, he is. He is dead.
Okay. As is Raffin's leg. Yes, Raffin's leg jumped overboard or got thrown overboard or something.
Funny story with Raffin's leg. Bertok, you put it in one of the ballistas and shot it at the dwarfs when they were.
That's right. I forgot about that.
And you missed, so it plopped into the water and sank out of sight.
That's right. Last week I was trying to attach it to the arm just to make it more of a hideous monstrosity of a creature, but it wouldn't have worked because we didn't have it. So
So presumably that leg sunk down into the Mo people city. Mm-hmm. So maybe it's robbing people down there.
Okay.
Boffin will sob as he discovers that Agatha has died and say that she saved me. I was going to hit that wall and die, and she did something that made it as if I was falling into a bed of feathers. But I wish she would have saved that for herself.
You know she would never have done that. Never, ever. Such a person is always so selfless when it comes to matters of those kinds of things.
He still bawls and clutches at her front. Why did you die? Her body is moved to her chambers back here.
Okay. I was going to come up with some sadistic thing for disposing of the body, i.e. firing it out of the ballista again.
No!
But I think that would not be... No, she was our friend. The mer person did die, though, right?
The mer person is dead, yes. Pinned to the railing by his own spear that you threw. Bertok.
Cool. Okay, yeah. In my anger, I want to...
What was that? Sorry?
In my anger and in my grief and fury, I want to... Number one, I want to behead the mer person and hang his head next to the bloodlash head.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. You take your sword, give a big swipe. The head bounces off and rolls on the deck.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I pick up the head and then with a length of rope, tie it by its kelpie hair and then sling it over to join Bloodlash's head as our what do you call those?
The figurehead?
Yeah, the figurehead. This will be a double figurehead. Then I will grab the tail of the mer person and hauling it as hard as I can. It does take quite a bit of effort. I will drag it back to the left-hand ballista, load it in, and fire it.
Do you want to keep the spear?
Sure.
Okay. All right. The Mo person's body flops like a rag doll as you shoot it out into the deeps
Right.
of the ocean. It flounders and then sinks
Does
gradually.
this sort of little pinwheel through the air.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And then I will sit down in my own cabin and sob for Agatha.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm wondering if we should build a funeral pyre of sorts and burn her on it. But we don't know her methods of, we don't know her last will and testament. Does she have one?
Yes. You can search her room.
Okay. Sure.
Her person.
Yeah, I will rummage through her things. Something I always wanted to do, but never had the guts to actually go sneak in and do.
Yes. Okay, you find her old healer garments that she replaced with her cleric robes.
Mm-hmm.
You find her grandfather's sword, Tree Feller.
Yes.
You find a book of her order's teachings,
Mm-hmm.
and a note that has been folded up and put in her bodice or whatever.
Okay. Yeah, and I will read this note.
The note is go away. Go away. Go away, me. It was right over the buttons. Where are you? Where is it? There it is. Alright. Can you see it?
I can.
Okay.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. I'm not sure what to make of it, but
Yep, yeah, it's not quite relevant, but interesting.
yeah.
Um,
I find it interesting, yes.
Do you remember the dragon?
Yes, I do.
Okay, good. Yeah. Cool. To been a few days since Agatha has perished.
Right, right.
But she doesn't look like she is decaying quite as you would expect a 3-day-old corpse to be decayed at.
Right.
And in the darkness of her room, you can kind of see that there is a very faint glow about her corpse.
I'm going to say this, that I don't actually notice it, but I do find myself basically spending time in there at night when it is dark. And for some reason, even though I don't notice it, I don't really notice that. I mean, I basically find that it's comforting to be sitting in there at night.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, it's just basically an attribute about her that I just don't really pay attention to.
Oh, okay.
And yet this aura that she's putting off is still sort of drawing me in,
Okay.
making me interested to hang around in close proximity.
All right. Yeah. Um.
Oh, man.
The you will hear a voice above your head, Bertok. One of these long nights, saying that I'm sorry for your loss, Mr. Bertok.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Will I take notice of this?
Yes, I think so.
As do I. I will look up suddenly, a bit surprised, and will say into the semi-darkness, "Who is this?"
No.
"Who are you?" I ask.
You look up, and glowing faintly, hanging in the air above you, is your good patron, Mr. Chess.
Ah, my countenance falls, and I glower at this cat.
He is. His smile has drooped down into a sad, unhappy face as he looks down at you.
Oh, well, that cheers me up a little bit. At least he feels something other than glee over something happening.
I was passing through the recently departed souls, and I happened to see one that I actually recognized.
Mm-hmm.
And I realized I'd seen her, that it was Agatha.
Mm-hmm.
And she was quite furious to be dead and unwilling to pass on
Really?
further into the death realm. Yes.
Well, I'm not happy to hear it. If she's not at rest, why? What is there that I could do? I mean, I don't think it's a good thing that she's restless.
No,
Did she tell you anything as to why? What might be troubling her?
yes, she was quite, um, she was quite insistent that she wanted to get back and help you guys, um, as well as hope for, she was hoping to eventually find a way to get her mother out of that house that she's been possessing. Um,
Oh, oh. I vaguely remember that, but now that you mention it, I do recall this being a problem for her. I didn't know she had still been thinking about that.
on occasion, I mean, it did crop up in her mind on occasion, yes.
I see. Well, would you happen to know what we can do? Because I don't want her not moving on if she needs to move on. I would love to have her back if it's even possible to resurrect her, but I know that those things are very rarely granted to mortals such as us.
Yes. Uh, Chess will kind of float over to Agatha and sit down on her chest and kind of knead her um, lightly and say, well, he'll peer at her closely for a moment. She does seem to be particularly well preserved for a corpse.
Yeah. What of it? I ask.
Well, the chances of resurrection get increasingly bad the longer the corpse has to rot and disintegrate.
Oh, I
But
see.
um, this one seems to be fairly well preserved for being dead.
I never thought of that, but you are right, I say, looking over and noticing, or rather realizing for almost the first time that, yeah, this thing is really kind of holding up well after days of just lying there. I still don't notice the light, though.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure what to do at this point. Let's.
hmm
I mentioned to him that if there's a chance at all, it would be so cool to take it.
Well, is he'll kind of look around and see her holy symbol and her robes and the book of her order on the table beside her and say, "Well, is there a is she a cleric? Does she have a order that might be
She does.
benevolent
I mean,
to?"
she does. I just never inquired as to what it was or what it required of her. But yeah, she totally is a cleric. This is like her profession, her calling now. And I mean, she transferred from being a healer to being a cleric. While we were back at Delgar, she was studying at the religious site, whatever that was. I never asked. It was none of my business, and I don't like to.
hmm
I don't particularly like to meddle if I don't need to.
You are a gentle hobbit. Yes. Well, that might be your best bet is to try and find her order and see if they might be able to bring her back
Okay.
from the spirit realm into her body here.
Yeah, yeah. Interesting. I like the idea. I will definitely try that. Thank you.
Always a pleasure, Mr. Bertok. Ooh.
Yeah. I will look thoughtful for a moment and then say, I need to check something up at the cabin or at the bridge. If you'd like to join me, you're welcome, of course. I mean, you'd be there anyway, even if you weren't welcome, I know. So, but I need to, I just thought of something. I just thought of something, so I'm going to go check this.
Sure, I'll be right there. Just, I'm gonna check out the kitchen first.
Yeah, okay.
Ooh, calamari! You hear the cook say, "No, get out of there! What are you?"
I will go up and talk to Boffin. And
Captain!
how are you healing? Are you nearly well? I ask.
I am feeling much better, yes, thank you, Captain. We've been making some slow progress, but being out of the air, we're a bit slower than
Agreed.
we were before.
What is the status of our levitation?
Oh boy, well, I'm not sure I can fix it.
This isn't good. I'm not happy with this news, I say.
But we have enough fuel, at least, to get back to Delgar or wherever we are going.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
and once we get to Delgar, we're pretty certain to find the right tools and equipment and so forth to get that levitating thing patched up.
Okay. Yeah, let's just keep going then. I almost feel like perilous journey on this then, with us being on the water and all.
Yeah.
Because I also feel like a little bit of a fast forward to when we actually reach the place.
Yep.
Roll plus wisdom. We scouting, rationing, and like we're looking for bad guys, we're looking to save rations, and we're looking to speed up the time.
Yep.
I will ask to speed up time,
Okay.
whichever that one is.
All right. That one is navigator, whatever.
It could be whatever we want.
All right.
Oh. But wisdom. We go and roll for wisdom. 12. Take that.
Man.
It wasn't
Yeah.
quite a critical. 13 would have been critical.
Wow. All right. So yeah, Bertok, you were able to plot the exactly most efficient course through the shoals, through the currents, to make awesome time back to Delgar.
Right.
In fact, you make the same time you made out there flying. That's how good you are.
Wow.
Yeah.
I find out how to overhaul the engine just enough to where we're like speedboating across the ocean.
Sure. Yeah. 2d6.
Shoals of dead fish in our wake as our engines just grind right through them.
All right, well, I'm going to switch you guys back to the world map real quick here.
Yep.
World map. Go. All right. So you guys make great time. You guys also consume the expected amount of rations, so you guys are not hungry throughout this voyage.
Okay.
But as you guys sail, see, let me think here. Okay, you guys take the southern passage. Da. Where is Reveal? There we go. Alright. You guys take this sort of southern route.
Okay.
This away.
It was only 30 feet.
Heading towards Delgar.
Okay.
When out of the north there sails a ship. An airship.
Okay.
Dun dun dun.
They're dive bombing us?
They are coming from the north. They have, it looks like they have spotted you guys. And they are slowly tailing you guys as you travel.
But there's no movement to attack us.
No, they seem to be just following you guys
Okay.
at a distance.
Huh. Well, Bertok is feeling quite wise. And so but, okay, here's the problem that I'm seeing. We have a gigantic eyeball on the back of our ship, perfectly visible to everybody. It is going to draw attention.
Yeah.
So if we stop and they're bad guys, we'll be letting them catch up. They don't seem to be trying to overtake us.
Nope.
It is likely that if they are interested in the Proteus, they're wondering where we're taking it. That's my thought.
Yeah. Yeah.
The question is why? I'm thinking if we can stop, turn around, and face off with them, we might be able to bluff our way through it. If they start asking questions. I mean, they're making no move to hide their presence, so obviously they know that we know that they're there.
Yeah.
So I would say let's turn around.
You want to turn around and meet with them?
Sure.
Okay. Yeah. You can do that. Not about face, Boffin.
That was cool. I'm impressed with my abilities to pilot a airship on the water.
All right.
As a precautionary move, I will also, assuming they now cannot see the Proteus, if they are low enough, I will run.
Okay.
I will run to the back of the ship and throw a blanket over it, or some gigantic tarp, if I can, if it's even possible.
Yeah, you can find a big piece of
Sailcloth.
balloon fabric. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah. Put it over there.
Mhm.
Yep. They will take the opportunity to closely circle your ship and get a good look at everything going on.
Right.
But you've covered up the eye in time so that they didn't see the eye up close, at least.
Right. Right.
A youngish looking blonde haired, extravagantly dressed man will come to the deck of the airship and say, "Hello down there. Are you having trouble?"
Ahoy! Yes, we are. Our levitation's out. Would you be able to? No, wait. No, we're fine. In fact, we're making excellent time despite our not actually flying anywhere. I yell back. What's your business here? How can we help you? You've been tailing us, I've noticed. Any particular reason?
Yes, we were actually coming to, we were wondering where you were coming from, my lord. We, from afar, we could see that you had a shining something on the back of your ship, and it intrigued us so much that we thought we would ask where you got it from.
Oh. Well, that's easy. We were coming from the dwarf island. We had them forging us a new anchor, and so basically it's a completely new anchor that's never been dropped in the water. We were bringing it back to our home port of Typhos, and hopefully we were going to get it approved there, have them test it. But yeah, we had to store it on the back deck before we actually subjected it to salt water, because we definitely want to make sure that it's seaworthy before we test it as such. And so we need an expert from a different party, basically a third opinion. We could take the dwarves' word for it, but we'd rather have a second opinion on it. So yeah, that was our plan. Does that clear things up for you?
Oh, yes. That cleared it up perfectly.
Wait, no, I think we need to parley for this. If you want me to.
Let's do a charisma battle.
Okay. Beat 11.
Man. Nope. You can lie better than he can discern. Okay. Wow. All right. He will believe you.
Cool.
Yeah. He will say, okay, and tell his crew to about face and slowly sail off looking for that dwarf place that you were talking about.
Okay. Yeah. I'm just considering whether I want to shoot them out of the air while they're not looking, but I think that would not be a good idea. All right. Yeah, let's keep a wary eye on them. I'll send No, I won't send anybody. I will just keep an eye out and yell for Boffin to turn around and head back on our original course.
Oh, hey. Your ship will about face again and continue back on to the shadowy port of Delgar. The mists envelope your ship. You see the big burning green light on top of the tower there, so you know where to go.
Yep.
Set down in the harbor. And make it back to Delgar.
Speaking of mists, I wonder how Tyrium is doing. Because the last I heard, they were under attack by that big fog creature. Or maybe we made our way through that and came back. I seem to remember we came back and...
You came back and bought the airship from Lady...
That's right.
Lady...
Blackadder? No.
No.
Elbane?
Lady Elbin?
Yeah.
Elbin, yeah. All right.
Do we know where Agatha's order is located? Is this the Deep One's order, or is this something else?
No, you don't know that.
I will...
You don't... No.
I will go into her cabin and take whatever symbol, crest, item that can easily be pocketed, with the intention of going around town and asking if anybody knows what this is and where can I find the order that represents this symbol.
Sure.
As I am traveling to the Blackadder Manor.
Okay, yeah, you find a medallion on her neck.
Okay.
That seems to be the symbol of her order.
Yep. I will take it.
Okay. All right, and Boffin will, as before, go to Absentia and get some more supplies.
Right.
Since you guys are very depleted from... You took a lot of supplies in preparation for this trip, but you are pretty depleted now.
Okay,
So.
okay.
But Bertok, you are walking through the streets.
Cool. Yeah. I have to remember to keep a kind of low profile. I'm not like rushing around looking for the tavern where I can get through the underground tunnels. So I'm just going to wander about.
As you pass the mermaid side, there's a few ladies hang out the window and wave at you. You.
I obviously will look and give a half smile and wave my fingers, wiggle my fingers a little bit as a response. The idea of taking them up on whatever it is they're offering does not go unnoticed. Or rather, I am not just ignoring them. And I want them to know that I'm not just ignoring them. But I will continue on my way anyways. Then at the street lamp, I will turn suddenly, and in a very deliberate manner, I will mouth the word later. And then turn and scamper off into some dark alleyway. And then I will stop and run back. And then I will walk up to the base of the house and pull out the medallion, and I will call up to them. Do you ladies know what this medallion, where I can find the order represented by this medallion?
They will jeer at the symbol and mock it.
But no answer from them.
No answer, no.
I will look dejected and then sigh and walk along again.
Bless you,
Thank
bless you. You hear a chorus of cries as you near the pit.
Yeah, I will skirt the pit. And then, treating it like a wishing well, I will pull out a gold coin and flip it into the pit, just to see what happens.
Please free us, my lord.
Clatter, clatter, clatter. What the hell is this? How is this supposed to free us?
A man will come out of the house nearby, see you standing near the pit, Bertok, and say, my lord, do you want to buy anyone today?
What do you mean?
We got some fresh slaves in from ports.
Is
near
that what the pit is?
Yeah.
Oh, well, and then I ask, well, what sorts of slaves do you offer?
Well, we got some immolators. We got some salamandrins from the far south. They're hard workers and good bodyguards. If you can keep them in line, you know what you mean.
Right.
We got some wild elves. They're slippery. You gotta watch them, but they're good at metalworking and stuff if you trust them enough. We got some gnomes, I think. Where are those gnomes? There they are.
I will pass for now. At the moment, I can't afford anything that you're offering. But thank you for showing me what, or rather, who you have.
Anytime, my lord. If you come into an inheritance or find some more gold in your pocket than usual, you can always stop by. We have ever-changing merchandise.
Agreed, yeah. That would make sense. Okay. I will bow and then make my way through the alleyways, ducking around, and then heading into this guy, Bilge Waters.
All right, the humongous half-troll barkeep will see you, Bertok, and notice he will notice you from before, and As you approach the barkeep, he will say, "I suppose you want the special today."
Please.
Yeah, yes. Let me mix it for you. He takes some liquor from an old dusty bottle, pours it into a shot glass, and then takes reaches into a jar, pulls out a salamander egg, and squeezes a droplet into the shot glass, and it
Yes.
smokes as it lands in the liquor, and he gives it to you. Here you go.
Ugh. Yeah. I've not missed these, I say, in an exaggerated tone, and then upend the glass.
Little flames fill your mouth
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
the fiery drink goes down your gullet.
Mm-hmm.
But after a moment, the flames extinguish, and you're left with a wonderful aftertaste in your mouth.
And a little squishy egg,
Yes.
which I swallow with a look of chagrin. All right.
The barkeep grins as you keep your composure. Well, you're a stout little halfling, ain't you?
I try to be, I say.
The barkeep will pull over Sally, and she will conduct you down to the basement where the hidden door is to the tunnel.
Yep.
And the tunnel will open.
Hooray. Okay. I bid Sally a good day and scamper down the tunnel.
The door at the other end will open for you. The guard will ask you to wait until someone can verify your identity, and eventually Herbert, the butler, will come, and he will say, "Yes, he's cleared. Come on in, sir."
I follow Herbert in. And I will say, "Howdy, Herb. How's it been going, Herb?"
"It has been mostly quiet, sir. Not a lot of activity."
I forgot I'm not a barbarian. And so I will regain my composure and smile jovially, but remain polite at the same time. And then saying, "I am here to see the lady."
"Yes, come this way, sir." He leads you to a small meeting room with a table and he will fetch a bottle of wine and put it on the table for you, Bertok,
Nice.
to tide you over while you wait for the Lady Blackadder.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She comes in a few minutes later after Herbert goes off to find her, and she looks very enthusiastic to find you back.
Yes.
And she will say, the Nautilus captain, how has your journey been?"
Looking around, I will assume the room is secure, and I will give a smile, a slow smile, and say, I believe we were successful, my lady. We have the Proteus on our dock, or at the docks on our ship.
She will drop her glass. It will shatter on the floor. You have it here already?
Yes,
My
ma'am.
goodness. My goodness.
I hope that was
is
not
amazing.
too presumptuous of us, because I know your instructions were to give you the location of it, but the location of it is now here. So we took a little bit of liberty to bring it here.
Well, no, it certainly speeds things up quite a bit if we don't have to send a third mission out to retrieve it. As long as it wasn't done carelessly, I'm very pleased that it's here.
Cool.
So where did you find it?
The merfolk had it. It was actually the eye of their god.
She will slowly frown at this. Uh-huh.
And so we took it from them, I say, as I see her face falling and start to get a little worried.
She will frown a little more at this.
And they followed us about halfway and almost killed us. In fact, they killed one of us. And we killed the one that was attacking us, I say. And then we were followed by another airship that was flying the banner of the harp, and we managed to bluff our way through meeting with them because they were kind of curious about it. And my hand starts shaking as I'm holding my own wine glass, as my level of worry increases at her silence.
She will not say anything, but stride to the door and bang on it as hard as she can, shouting for Jimbo! And then she will sit back down. The door will open and an immensely buff salamandrin will come in and say, "Yes, lady? Bring me tea." "Yes, lady." The humongous salamandrin will come back in later with a little tiny tea tray in his claws and carefully set it down on the table. The Lady Blackadder will say, and stay in the corner, Jimbo." "Yes, lady." Stand in the corner and seems to fill up half the room with his enormousness.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The lady will take a teacup, drink a soothing sip of it, and set it down. Now, Bertok, Captain, what did you see when you docked your ship out there?
What did I see where?
Out near the water.
Well, we saw a whirlpool, and we thought that it might be in the center of that, but then we thought otherwise.
No. Here, in Delga. near the water?
Nothing as far as I know. I mean, the regular shipping.
Yes, thank you. Ships. Yes. How do you think most of the commerce in Delgar gets here?
Probably by the ocean. Is that
Yeah,
correct?
yeah. And how do you think? And most of those ships sail on the ocean to get here. So, if if we suddenly have more people attacking our ships, we are not going to be in a good spot, are we, Mr. Bertok?
We were careful to make sure we weren't followed, though. I mean, we took care of the one that was following us.
I suppose that does give us some time. All right. That gives us some time. Very well. But still, it's not a good thing for most of the guilds in this place if the sea routes are compromised.
Right.
My House Blackadder is only one of the factions here in Delgar, and if some of the other ones get upset, well, things will be even more downhill. Oof. Anyway,
I apologize for being any bit careless regarding this.
well, I personally would have liked to declare war myself rather than having it declared for me, but maybe it's not war. Maybe it's not war. Okay.
Yes, I
Let's hope.
am hopeful as well.
Are you still there?
Yes, I'm still here.
Oh, good. All right. But, okay, on to the good news. So we do have the Proteus here. That is awesome news.
Yes, we should. Yes, we do.
And you said you encountered the bard's ship that they had sent out?
Yes, I
Exploring
did.
for...
But they were under the impression that we were headed to another port.
Oh! Very tricky. Haha. Okay, well, they should not be, hopefully not be, too big of a threat here.
Agreed, yes.
Besides, we have what they were looking for, so
Right.
they can look all they want now.
Well, I would rest better knowing that we had it here rather than on our ship. It's hard to keep such a thing under wraps, as it were, even though that's exactly what we're doing.
Yeah. She will take another calming sip of tea and say, "Okay, not a tragedy, not yet." Another person will come into the room, and from his description, Bertok, this would seem to be Master Sargul, who Raffin met with
Oh,
the
right.
first time he
Oh,
encountered
yeah.
Lady Blackadder.
And he would have told me about that, I assume.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. I will look a little surprised, not expecting him to appear as such, but I will half bow to him and give him a reassuring look, and then let Lady Blackadder do the talking, basically.
Yeah, Lady Blackadder will introduce you to. She will say that this is Bertok, the captain of the Nautilus, who went to find the Proteus, and this is Master Sargul, who has been the magical advisor for this enterprise.
As I understood it, he was also the patron of this little venture.
Lady Blackadder was the patron.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Master Sargul drew up the map of the known portals,
Yeah, yeah.
and then yeah. Uh, Lady Blackadder will say, they've got the portal here in Endelgar. Isn't that awesome? His eyes will glow happily, evilly. That is wonderful news. Yes.
I don't like that. They're evil. But I will try to remain as deadpan as possible over this little factoid. And, yeah, and I will. Do I sense that Lady Blackadder is also evil?
Yes.
Okay.
But not like in the stab you on the back now that you found the Proteus.
Right, right. Okay.
Man,
Okay.
he's lawful.
Mm-hmm.
But they think that the Mer people might have been angered by this, and they might be coming here. I'm concerned about the Mer people now, Master Sargul. He will say yes, yes. Well, might I suggest the safest place to keep that portal would be in the tower.
Ooh, which tower? I wonder.
Here's the map. The tower with the green light on the top of it, it's way out to sea. Galengul. Yeah, that's the name of it.
Okay. And we're going to basically replace the green light with the Proteus. And it will rule all of Middle Earth for centuries.
Lady Blackadder will scoff at this idea. If I let you bring the portal to the tower, to Galengul, I will never see it again. So, no, I think it's staying somewhere here.
In the manor? I ask. Because I had considered how I would transport this through the city, and it seems to be much more of an ordeal than we give it credit for. That thing is extremely hard to hide. And it must be kept upright. I mention.
Oh, we can't jostle it, huh?
No.
Okay. Well, Yeah, we really can't bring like a cart through town without it attracting notice. Yeah, yeah. I suppose maybe the tower might be the best idea to hold it temporarily. Master Struggle will rub his hands behind her back.
Do I still notice that?
Yes, you do.
Uh, it's obvious he wants to get it away from her for his own uses. That's my perception. I will change the subject, and I will pull out Agatha's medallion. And I will very innocently inquire, do either of you know the origin of this symbol?
Um, Both of them will kind of leer as you bring out that symbol, and Master Stargore will give a scoff and turn up his nose at it. But he will say, "Yes, that's that's the stupid tower Order of the Sun. Um, they they think that their light giving truth will burn all the shadows away, but there's just more shadows if you do. It can never work.
I
They
see.
are stupid for trying.
I see.
Let the hate flow through you."
Oh, do you have any idea where they're... No, I'm not going to ask that. Okay, I will leave it alone. I'll say thanks. I just was curious. Maybe I can find some value for it on the open market. And I will pocket the medallion again.
Okay.
Is it possible that I can talk to Lady Blackadder alone without drawing too much attention to the fact that we're talking alone?
Let's see. I
Not...
don't see how at the moment.
Yeah. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to say, okay, well, we need to prepare the Proteus for transport. Give us a day, and then we'll be ready to sail around to the tower or whatever it is that we decide. Yeah, the tower, I think, is where I'll plan to drop anchor, and then we'll be able to load it in.
Very well.
And I turn to Sargol and I say to him, and I suggest you also prepare a place to store it, because obviously it needs it's fairly fragile and needs to be well protected.
Yes. How large did you say?
It is 6 feet at least in diameter.
Oh. Okay. Okay. I shall prepare a place. He will scurry off to whatever portal, however he got there. He will vanish. Actually, no. He will disappear in front of your eyes into a pool of shadows, and that shadows will meld away, and
Yeah.
he will be gone.
How sure am I that he is gone?
Lady Blackadder will give a sigh as he vanishes, and will kind of relax back into a chair. So
Okay.
you're pretty sure he is gone.
With the looks he was giving, I'm still not sure. Let me run a discern realities
Sure.
just to see if the room there is something not something that it appears to be.
You detect nothing out of the ordinary, no faint presences hanging around
Okay.
or lingering shadows or anything.
Right. Okay, I will turn to Lady Blackadder, and I will look very worried as I say, I suspect him to be up to something, my lady. The kinds of expressions he had on his face when you weren't looking. I suspect that moving the Proteus into the tower will be a dangerous thing. Not just for you, but maybe even for the world as a whole. And I don't believe you're going to see the benefit of it if you allow that to happen.
I quite agree. I would really rather do anything other than have it be in that tower with him. Him and his academy of warlocks. And
I have a request.
yes,
Will you be able to provide assistance in getting our levitation device back up and running? It was broken during our raid on the merfolk, whatever you would call it, fortress, city.
oh,
It was damaged, and we have not been able to use it. My reasoning being, if under cover of darkness we could fly over and drop the Proteus into one of your own towers, because I believe it would fit into your tower no problem. It's just that this Gallon Ghoul, I think, is a little verbose in its appearances and such. But we could easily transport, if we were able to fly over the city and then lower it. That would be my recommendation.
her eyes brighten with enthusiasm as you lay out this plan. Um, and she will say that would absolutely be preferable to letting it slip into the depths of a Galingul. Yes, I definitely could provide assistance in getting your airship levitating again, and under the cover of darkness and heavy clouds. Yeah, I think we could definitely pull
Well,
off what you suggest.
the problem being is that I suspect that I'm hoping, but there's always the chance that it will take more work than one night will provide, or rather one afternoon will provide. So if we can possibly get it fixed by tonight, that would be preferable, but there's always the chance that it may not. And that's what
Right.
worries me.
Well, I would not worry about that. I think we can probably hold off um, Sargul's desire for it by just saying that, we're repairing the ship,
I see.
and not for some time at least, not forever, but for some time.
Okay.
In the meantime, though, while we try and see to the repairs of your ship, we have not actually discussed the terms of you and your crew's reward, Mr. Bertok. It was kind of open-ended, unfortunately. Yeah. Sorry about that. But originally with the Proteus in our possession, I was thinking that hey, we can give anything to you.
Right.
Have you had any other thoughts about what kind of a reward?
Honestly, no. No, I have not. We've been very preoccupied lately.
Yes, I appreciate that. Well, at the very least, I can see to the repairs of your ship.
Yes. Yes.
Since it was damaged in the line of duty for this mission. So,
I appreciate that.
yes. And then, meanwhile, I can try to construct some form of plan to get you guys to drop off the. Did you say it was an eyeball?
Yes. Yes.
Ah, giant eyeball. Okay. Giant eyeball into one of these towers here because we might have to take the roof off one of them, but we can do it.
Excellent.
All right. And then it won't be in that tower with all those wizards, and they will have to come to us to experiment on it, and we will have all the power.
I quite agree. Since they're giving us all the gold, or rather, we're getting gold from her instead of him. Yeah. But this is under my breath, aside, all that.
All right.
Yeah. Is right.
I am having there is a small ball for the various people of importance in Delgar to attend this evening. Bertok, would you care to join me?
I look up at her, remembering suddenly the whores leaning out of the upstairs window of the mermaid's sigh, and consider for a moment, and then ask, "Are you asking me out on a date, my lady?"
She will scoff and say, "No, merely as an attendant of mine at this."
Forgive me. Yes, I would be interested. Sure.
Okay. Cool. Okay. She will send someone off to find a scaled down, appropriately formal clothes for you, Bertok, and see to a team of engineers and gnomes to head to the airship and try and get it patched up.
Yeah.
Captain Bertok, could you give these people something so that your whoever you left on the ship will know that they're there to help rather than abscond with their ship or something?
Yes, I can provide something. This is I will ask for a piece of parchment.
Sure.
And simply
The huge salamandrin guard will reach into his pocket and pull out a sheet of paper for you.
Yeah, and I will just scribble a note on it. Not having any sort of seal or anything, I just fold it up and ask that they deliver it along with themselves to the ship. Basically instructing Boffin not to freak out because a bunch of goblins are boarding the ship. And then I very hastily, before I fold it up, scribble onto the. Actually, I will ask Lady Blackadder to seal it, or rather, if I may seal it with her signet.
Okay. She will seal it herself with her signet.
Yes. Yeah, and then I will basically walk to the. Are the goblins anywhere nearby?
Or
rather,
they are being assembled. There is a servant person who is waiting for any material to bring to them.
Okay, I will walk over to this servant and very covertly scribble, like lift the very edge of the parchment and scribble. The wizard's going to... no. I want to scribble a note to Boffin, specifically, just a secret note that keep these guys under heavy scrutiny, but don't let on that you're doing so. May be asking for backstabby trouble. No.
Okay.
Make sure the cargo is secure at all times. That's all I write. Make sure the cargo is secure at all times.
Okay. Yep.
BN.
Yeah. You managed to scribble that. The servant takes the letter, carries it off to where the engineers are being assembled, and they go off.
Yes.
You don't actually see them, but the servant was going that way. So.
Right. Yeah. The ball. Yeah. I look over the clothing the lady has provided and nod and kind of look excited. And then I ask how much time I have to prepare.
A few hours, she says, and kind of looks around for the this time and says that she must be off herself to change into something more formal and glittery. So she will bid you adieu for now and head off to her chambers.
Yes.
Another servant will be on hand to lead you, if you want, to a separate small bedchamber room.
What is the gender of this servant?
Female.
Yay! I just noticed this, but then head in and not invite her in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Sorry. I'd love to invite her in, but I'm too shy. In the meantime, okay, go ahead. Sorry.
What's that?
Oh, I had an idea, but go ahead. You're telling stories.
As you change into the formal clothes, there's lots of braid and ruffles and velvet on it.
Yep.
As you change in,
No, I thought of a great story
Okay.
that you can maybe weave your idea into. I try to change into this flowery, ruffly clothing and like trip over a belt buckle or something and go crashing to the floor. A silver platter clatters across the flagstone and a little timid female voice, "Is everything all right in there?" And I'll mutter something and say, damn it, I can't. These are too much. I can't. I've never been this damn extravagant. To which said servant will crack open the door and see how I am doing. And I will be half dressed with one leg in the pants and the other. Yeah. And I will blush furiously at this.
She shoots a glance back out the hallway and then comes in and assists you in getting dressed for your formal
Fun. Okay.
ball.
Yeah. I'm very interested. Tell me more. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, what's your idea?
As she turns to leave, and you are buffed and polished in your velvet and lace and finery, there is a poof of pale fire, and a letter falls into your hands.
Yes.
Letter.
Okay.
The letter falls into your hand. It is a very stark white paper with very black ink on it.
Ooh.
Everything is very precise and crisp about the lettering and the wording upon it. And that is what it says. Can you see that?
I can.
Okay.
I like this. Bertok, on the other hand, does not like this one bit. As he reads, his face will transform from a disinterested flick of the eyes back and forth, and suddenly his eyebrows will just furrow and furrow and furrow until his face is completely twisted in a snarl of fury. The wizard's name, is it supposed to be?
Yes. The wizard's name is curious because you can see the words there. You know there is some name there.
Yeah.
But every time you read it, there is a flash of green flames in your mind, and the name evaporates from your memory.
Cool. That's cool. Okay. Yeah. Wow. We have the dread staff, don't we?
No,
No. Okay.
you did. For one session, for like 10 minutes in that session.
Who stole it? Was it? It was the dragon that killed Raffin that stole it.
It was the dragon that killed Raffin that stole it. Yeah.
Do we know that this dragon is serious, or is it not serious? It was a different dragon. I believe it was a different dragon.
It was a different dragon, a large black dragon.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. The servant girl left, didn't she?
She did, yes. She just left, and then the letter plopped into your hand.
Okay.
There's no particular meaning to that. It's just the randomness of coincidence.
Okay. She's long gone by now. Oops, sorry. Yeah, I'm not sure what to make of it, so I'm going to basically pocket the letter, keeping it in mind, just in the back of my mind, what I can remember.
Okay.
Knowing that the wizard's name is not known to me and I can't, for any reason, remember it. There's some weird spell that's preventing me from remembering the name.
You do get the feeling that if you really concentrated hard, you might be able to remember.
Okay. Then I will also get the feeling that that sort of concentration is best saved for another time. A little later.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, let's just pocket the letter for now.
Okay.
I mean, even if I am completely distracted and not myself all evening, that's what's got to happen. because there's no way I can figure this out now.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah. And go to the ball.
Yay, the ball! There is a blare of trumpets as the ball commences.
Mm-hmm.
Lady Blackadder assembles her group of attendants. You among them. She's dressed finely with velvet.
Mm-hmm.
She gives a look around to make sure everyone's in place, and then leads you all out into the pell-mell of whirling dancers and people bringing drinks around,
Nice.
and trumpets and harps in the corner.
Yeah.
There's bright torches everywhere. Everybody's well lit and well intoxicated.
Nice.
Before too long.
Okay.
And among all these people, there is several of them who actually no. Okay. There is Bertok, you do notice several people who seem to be different from the average rich, noble sort of people that make up the most of this crowd of people.
Okay.
There is a man dressed in dark blue robes who has an octopus perched onto his head. The tentacles are draped down
That's
his
weird.
His front here, and they're kind of coiled around and back.
Yeah, I basically have to stare at him for a good long while in wonderment and kind of a little bit of disgust. Just like, what? What in the world? And then I look on to the next person.
There is a very short, a dark hair, a dark skinned male. He has a golden turban on his head and golden robes.
Mm-hmm.
And he is followed around by several human-sized beings who are dressed completely in similar golden and red. Seems to be like silk robes.
Okay. You're making me remember a thing I just saw recently. Let me see if I can find it. This is reminding me of Guardians of the Galaxy 2. The bad guys on that. Did you see that?
The golden people?
Yes.
I did. It is kind of like that.
Well, I won't assume that they are that, but it's what's reminding me of them. It's what I'm picturing them as. Like gold skin, gold hair, gold clothing, gold everything.
The lead guy, you can see his face. He's got like a bushy white beard.
Oh, okay.
Dark skin. He's talking animately. He has a tall sort of walking stick with him. It's much taller than he is.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. It's just weird and carrying a really tall stick around.
Yeah.
The entourage behind him, there's like 2 or 3 of these golden robe people, but their faces are covered by veils, and their hands and feet and extremities are all covered up by these robes they are wearing.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I stare at them for a little bit too, and then scurry after Lady Blackadder and the rest of the attendants as she sweeps through doing whatever it is she does.
She is mostly hobnobbing with all the noble people in the room, making connections,
Yeah.
making sure that her alliances to these people are firm and secure.
Sure.
She shoots an occasional glare over at another noble in the room. Looks somewhat like her in appearance and mannerisms.
Interesting.
And whispers to you, Bertok, that that's her brother over there.
Hmm.
And by all means, do not tell him about the Proteus.
No, ma'am. No. I had no intention.
Okay, good. That's still a mum project until we're very secure and we have it firmly under control.
Yes, ma'am. As an aside, I had an idea,
Yes.
which I won't mention to her now, but that is the terms of my reward. And I had wondered, because I know you tried to do this with the last campaign, which was set up a city. However, I don't think that sort of extravagance is necessary, as long as maybe I can set up a shop, and then said shop would, over time, make money based on the treasure that I went out exploring for and brought back and sold. And so it's like I stock the shop with things I find, and then I leave to find more and come back to find that most of the stuff that I had already stocked had been sold off.
I really like that. Yeah, that sounds like a great idea.
So the proposal, whenever I get the chance again, would be to ask her to fund this project of mine.
Sure.
But now with this letter about the Dark Wizard, it makes me kind of have to rethink that a little bit, maybe. But they might be two completely separate ideas that can work independently of one another.
Yeah.
I just have to get my head out of this new. Why is Darth Vader standing next to me?
Okay, that's not Darth Vader, but it's very similar.
Okay.
The third person in this room, who is not a noble and not Lady Blackadder, is a tall, well-cloaked person with a bucket helmet on its head. It hasn't taken off the helmet since it came into the room here. And on its chest is the emblem of the black hand goblins.
Ooh. I am not happy. I immediately reach for my flail, but I don't find it, obviously, because I'm not wearing my own clothing. And I left my weapons somewhere else. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He's not breathing.
No, he's
He
not.
does not have a flaming sword, but he is dark, black cloak, black armor underneath that, big bucket helmet.
Yeah, he is known as the evader. he evades. He evades all attention.
Oh God. He comes over to Lady, and
Man, no. I'm thinking of his actual name. We can call him Andrew, but he prefers going by Andrewkin, the evader. God, that's lame. No, we won't go with that. That's stupid.
oh. He will come over to Lady Blackadder and say that he hopes
Whoa, that was weird.
What?
That was weird. You said he hopes, and then suddenly you disappeared, like completely.
I dropped my pencil. Sorry.
Okay, but it was
He
it was very well timed because your video flicked right then, and so when you ducked, it just looked like you disappeared. It's like pop. I'm like, what? Wait.
I couldn't do that again if I tried.
No, you couldn't.
Okay. He says that he hopes the recent shipment of iron was of acceptable quality.
Mm-hmm.
And Lady Blackadder will say that, as far as she is aware, yes, it is of acceptable quality and quantity, and that per their agreement, he may take up to a dozen slaves from the slave pit that
Right.
he so chooses.
Okay.
He will give a bow and grab a passing drink and hit his helmet as he tries to drink it.
He basically puts the glass up to where his mouth would be and just tilts his head back and it just drains all down his cloak or something.
As he swivels around and starts to stalk off into his corner again, you notice that there is a tail-like there is something like a tail dragging behind his cloak that is causing it to distend as if he had a tail.
Interesting. I like it. Yeah. I stare. But that's all.
Okay.
Because given that 10 minutes, we probably should wrap it up.
Yeah.
I don't want to start something.
Do you want to carouse while you're here at the ball, and then I can?
Yeah. Sure, if you'll let me.
Sure.
Okay, it'll just be me
You
this
came back
time, though.
victorious. That's
Well, semi-victorious. We haven't actually even examined the merchandise yet, so we haven't been paid or anything. But yeah, I'll take one carouse
okay.
just because I'm allowed. Spend 100 coins. Roll plus extra hundreds. How much do I actually have? 300, according to my calculations.
You are dressed in finery. I think that might count as a +1 by itself.
Okay. Then I will spend 200 to get yet another +1. So
Okay.
this will be a +2.
All right.
And it's just a straight roll, right?
Yep.
So 100 left. Yeah. I like this. What do I not get?
Wait, a 3?
Apparently, I rolled. Oh, make it a 5. There's no +2 on that, but it's a 5 anyway.
Yeah, well again. 2d6 plus 2.
Well, hang on. On a 7 to 9, on a miss, you still choose one, and things get really out of hand. Given that we keep killing people, let's befriend a useful NPC.
Okay.
Things.
So you are taking that 5?
Yeah, I'm taking the 5.
All right. Alrighty.
And then someone suggests a game of, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what the game would be, but it would be something not quite bar brawly, but definitely high spirited.
Alright. You befriend late to the party. Master Sargul comes back.
Mm-hmm.
With an entourage of what you assume are apprentice wizards. And you befriend one of his apprentice wizard people.
Okay.
You guys strike up a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, what do you have in common? Let's see. Visiting strange places. Both of you have. Well, he likes to visit. He would like to visit strange places. You have visited strange places, so there's kind of common ground there.
Yeah.
And he's actually now that he met you, he thinks he ran into what was his name? Rolo.
Oh. Hey, that's what can happen. Rolo crashes the party.
I like it. Yeah. Master Saigo, you forgot me. There's an enormous crash on the door. as Rolo bursts himself in.
Oh, God.
He misses his footing and starts to roll over nobles.
Oh, boy. Yeah.
Sorry. It's not my fault.
Ugh.
Rolo, control yourself. I left you behind for a reason.
Attendants are scrambling after him, trying to hold him down as he pushes himself to his feet and lumbers through a table, grabbing pies and cakes off of another one.
The man with the octopus draped over his head will sneer and say to Master Suggle, "This is how you can students." You're pathetic, Master Suggle. Attendants will be like grabbing pies out of Rolo's hands. He'll be grabbing them back.
Right.
Finally, several attendants will manage to push him back out the door, leaving a massive chaos of tables and pies,
Yeah.
squashed nobles in his wake. Yeah.
Oh, one sec.
Your new friend will kind of chuckle and say, that's Rolo for you.
Right.
He didn't eat you at a house and home, did he?
Yeah, no, he's gotten close.
He is useful though for maintaining the books and stuff. He's not much of a wizard, honestly.
I see. Yeah, I'm
I
thinking.
think this is a good pausing point. If
Right.
you think so,
I do. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get a refresher on what the carouse resulted in, because I wasn't listening because I was distracted. I was trying to find a video clip, but couldn't find it in time.
Aw.
That's all right.
Okay, so you selected to befriend a useful NPC.
Yes. Yes.
So you befriended the wizard apprentice.
Okay. Okay.
Whose name escapes me at the moment, but
That's okay.
he will have a name by next session.
Okay.
And things got chaotic with Rolo showing up. So
Right. Oh man. Yes, I agree. Sounds good then. I am going to turn on I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the stream. And then if you want, we can hang out a little longer.
alrighty.
That was my back, by the way.
I heard that.
I know. It's nice when it does that. But it's hard sitting in a van all day long. So that's the deal. Anyway.